সন্মানীয় ছাৰ বাইদেউসকল ইংটাবলৈ স্বাগতম জনাইছোঁ দীক্ষা এপত নতুনকৈ আৰু এটি কোৰ্স সংযোজন হৈছে আপোনালোকক দেখুৱাবলৈ যত্ন কৰিছোঁ মই আপোনালোকে স্ক্ৰীনত দেখা পাইছে FLN Multilingual Education in Primary Grade আৰু এটা ইয়াৰে অসমীয়া মাধ্যমত দিয়া আছে এই কোৰ্সটোৱে FLN প্ৰাথমিক শ্ৰেণীসমূহত বহুভাষিক শিক্ষা এই দুয়োটা কোৰ্সৰে আপোনালোকলৈ মই কুইজ আগবঢ়াম আজি এই ভিডিঅ'টোত FLN Multilingual Education in Primary Grades এই কোৰ্সটো অৰ্থাৎ ইংলিছ মিডিয়ামৰ যিটো কোৰ্স এই কোৰ্সটোৰ কুইজখিনি এই ভিডিঅ'টোত আগবঢ়াম যদিহে ইংটেপ চেনেলটো এতিয়ালৈকে সাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰা নাই তেতিয়াহ'লে চেনেলটো সাবস্ক্ৰাইব কৰিব মই আপোনালোক তেতিয়াহ'লে আহক আৰম্ভ কৰোঁ প্ৰথমটো প্ৰশ্ন আপোনালোকে স্ক্ৰীনত দেখা পাইছে Who amongst the following children will struggle the most while learning? Here শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ল Ramesh, who speaks Bhojpuri in his family and community and studies in an English medium school. Next কৰি দিয়ক Next question to হ'ল Which of the following is not a key principle of teaching a second language? Here শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ল Using language to vocabulary for writing from the beginning years. Next কৰি দিয়ক Studies on the Ethiopian model of language in education show that Here শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল Children studying through their mother tongues performed better in all academic subjects. Next কৰি দিয়ক Next question to হ'ল National Education Policy 2020 mentions in terms of multilingualism. Here শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল As far as possible the medium of instruction until grade 5 should be a language that is familiar to children. Next কৰি দিয়ক According to UDICE, how many languages are used as a medium of instruction in Indian schools? Here শুদ্ধ উত্তৰটো হ'ল 36. Next কৰি দিয়ক Making use of L1 in teaching. শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ব helps in better learning of all the subjects. Next question, choose a myth related to language teaching. Here শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ব The earlier children are given textbooks to read in an unfamiliar language, the sooner they will learn that language. Next question. It shall be the endeavor of every state and of every local authority within the state to provide adequate facilities for instruction in the mother tongue. At the primary stage of education to children belonging to linguistic minority groups. Which document is this statement recorded in? শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল the Indian Constitution. Next কৰি দিয়ক Who does not face any learning disadvantages due to language used in schools? শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল Children who study in English medium schools have ample exposure to English at home. Next কৰি দিয়ক In which situations is a linked language used? Here শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল When various linguistic communities live together. Next কৰি দিয়ক Which of the following is not a key feature of multilingual education? Here শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল Dominance of one language over others in the classroom. Next question. According to the Census of India 2011, how many different mother tongues are spoken in India? Here শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল 1369. Next কৰি দিয়ক Kamala lives in the Kota district of Rajasthan and speaks Hathodi at home. She has joined grade 1 after a delay of 4 months. Today is her first day at school. What will you do so that she feels comfortable in the classroom? Here শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ব I will informally chit-chat with her in Hathodi. Next question. Multilingualism means শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল use of 2 or more languages by a person. Next কৰি দিয়ক Language of communication used by Adivasi communities working in the tea plantation of Assam can be called as শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল লিংক ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ নেক্সট কৰি দিয়ক সেন্সাস অফ ইন্ডিয়া 2011 established that শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল most people speak more than one language next Kamlaji wants to teach Hindi to grade 2 students which of the following strategies should she use শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ব use of Hindi language as per the level of comprehension by students. Next কৰি দিয়ক which of the following is true? শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ব proficiency in various languages is developed in an interdependent fashion. Next কৰি দিয়ক choose the incorrect sentence. ইয়াৰ শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল children struggle to learn other languages if they learn through mother tongue. Next কৰি দিয়ক in the foundational years of learning medium of instruction should be children's home language because শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল language is the basis of learning and comprehension of all subjects. Next আৰু চাওক 20 question হৈ গ'ল সাবমিট কৰি চাও আহক আৰু আপোনালোকে স্ক্ৰিনত দেখা পাইছে 20 আউট অফ 20 স্কোৰ্স ইয়াৰ পৰাই ৰিডু কৰি আকৌ এবাৰ আৰু এটা সেট কৰি লও দ্বিতীয়টো সেটত প্ৰথম প্ৰশ্ন চাওক who amongst the following children will struggle the most while learning শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ব ৰমেশ who speaks Bhojpuri in his family and community and studies in an English medium school. Next question, which of the following statements does not feature in National Education Policy 2020? Here শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল if children are taught through their mother tongues, they do not have adequate time in school to learn other languages. Click কৰি next কৰি দিয়ক next question to making use of L1 in teaching শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল helps in better learning of all the subjects next কৰি দিয়ক choose the incorrect statement শুদ্ধ অপশনটো by learning through the mother tongue children find it difficult to understand all the subjects next কৰি দিয়ক next question হ'ল Kamla lives in the Kota district of Rajasthan and speaks Hathodi at home. She has joined grade 1 after a delay of 4 months. Today is her first day at school. What will you do so that she feels comfortable in the classroom? শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল I will informally chit chat with her in Hathodi. Next question. Who does not face any learning disadvantages due to language used in schools? Here শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল children who study in English medium schools have ample exposure to English at home. Next question. National Education Policy 2020 mentions in terms of multilingualism. শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল as far as possible the medium of instruction until grade 5 should be a language that is familiar to children. Next question. Which of the following statements regarding multilingual education is true? শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল children's languages are used as scaffolds for learning new unfamiliar languages. Next কৰি দিয়ক studies on the Ethiopian model of language in education show that শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল children studying through their mother tongues performed better in all academic subjects. Next কৰি দিয়ক what kind of language do we use in our day to day life? শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল mixed language. Next কৰি দিয়ক creative language can be constructed by traversing the bridge of শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল familiar language. Next kori diok. What is the objective of introducing the story of the Warli winter in this course? শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল to point out one's ability to speak in more than one language as per need. Next কৰি দিয়ক choose a myth related to language teaching. শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল the earlier children are given textbooks to read in an unfamiliar language the sooner they will learn that language. Next কৰি দিয়ক at the foundational years of learning medium of instruction should be children's home language because শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল language is the basis of learning and comprehension of all subjects. Next কৰি দিয়ক which of the following is not a key principle of teaching a second language? শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল using L2 vocabulary for writing from the beginning years. Next কৰি দিয়ক which one of the following is the best statement to summarize the learning of this course? ইয়াৰ শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল in areas where children's language cannot be used as medium of instruction right away, it should be used strategically and extensively in the oral domain. Next kori diok which of the following strategies on L2 teaching are not effective in foundational years? শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল rote learning of the Varnamala and lessons from the textbook. Next kori diok next question to hold for the success of the foundational literacy and numeracy FLN mission it is necessary to শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল making use of languages that are familiar to children. Next কৰি দিয়ক choose the incorrect sentence. ইয়াৰ শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল children struggle to learn other languages if they learn through mother tongue. Next কৰি দিয়ক according to the census of India 2011 how many different other languages are spoken in India? শুদ্ধ অপশনটো হ'ল 1369. নেক্সট কৰি দিয়ক আৰু চাওক 20 কোৱেশ্চন হৈ গ'ল সাবমিট কৰি চাওয়া হওক আৰু চাওক স্কোৰ 20 আউট অফ 20.